Welcome back to Mindspace, friends. We've been working on 1 Peter 3:8 this month, and it's not the easiest of verses, so I'm going to go over it twice here very slowly and then just get a little bit more of the context as we talk about why this is such an important verse. So 1 Peter 3:8, let me put it up there for you. Finally, all of you, be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. And as I said last week, sometimes it's easy to just, stop at the good stuff, the very obvious stuff, but the very good stuff about how we treat one another, and wouldn't the world be better if we all did more of this? Of course it would. And are these important things to do and to be characterized by? Of course they are. It's easy to miss the broader context because we have such an assumption today that these words are actually true and that they are based on the fact that as we look at people from other ethnicities and people of other countries who fly other flags, we just assume today that they are just as human as we are in spite of our differences. And it's easy to forget that in the ancient world, this was simply not the case. And many, many people had in their mythologies and in their belief systems drilled deep into them the idea that they were the sons and daughters of God, and that the other people out there, the other tribes, people from other countries, were not of this high estate, and in fact maybe the sons of devils, or came out of the earth, or some other reason why they are lesser, and therefore why our tribe, our country, has the right to subjugate them, to make them slaves, or to destroy them. It's very hard for us today, and especially in the West, to really comprehend that such an idea would be pervasive, and yet this is the world of the Bible. And when God advances the idea of the brotherhood of all nations, that all nations are the product of Adam and Eve, and of a God who's creating a world in which he says, let me make man in my image. To be more specific, or for a better translation, let me make mankind in my image. That's actually what the word Adam means. Then it starts becoming more obvious why God makes such a big deal about how Christians, the people in his family who are supposed to be representing him, who are supposed to be the people who are expressing his image particularly, should behave this way and should treat one another like a fellow brother human being. It is an assertion that there is truth to God's statement, I created mankind in my image. And so I just wanted you to see that because it's not necessarily obvious, and it's really not obvious to us today. And this is why community is so important, and the behavior of God's community towards one another is over and over again, both in the Old and the New Testament, represented to us as a barometer of spirituality. And so I just wanted you to see that as we say this verse one more time. Finally, all of you, be like-minded, be sympathetic, love one another, be compassionate and humble. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. 1 Peter 3:8. Okay? Well, I hope, as always, you're enjoying the process and that a little bit of the background information helps you to appreciate these words even more. We'll see you next week for one more go.